I'm glad both you guys could join us. So, Rock Titan fans, we are here with Mindless Sinner over in Sweden, and just in case you all just heard us talking. So, guys, how you doing?
Yo, brilliant.
Yeah, good, good deal. So, dude, I'll tell you what, you guys have been rocking for a long time. What does it mean to you specifically? Because I know you've gone through a couple of different iterations with Mindless Center to the point where, at one point you were, you kind of hyphenated the name, at one point. And then I know you've had some moving parts and stuff like that. So what does it mean to you guys to still be rocking, 30 years later after you guys all got together? I know, it probably doesn't feel like it, does it? You're rolling your eyes like, what?
Yeah, we always been playing music in different bands, and we always knew each other for a long time, and we always lived in the same town, and
right.
Yeah, we've known each other for
that's awesome that you guys have been doing this as long as you have. I got a little surprise for you guys, and this is something that I like to do with the Rock Titan television audience because, we're all about music television. I know you guys remember MTV and, when everything was all about music videos and stuff like that, which we're trying to bring that back. We're trying to resurrect that. But I had to go digging for you guys, because Mindless, you guys have a lot of live material, but I couldn't find a whole lot in terms of official music videos. But I did manage to find this one thing here that this will probably be a little bit of a blast from the past for you.
That's from this fall, right?
Yeah, you remember that, man?
We changed our name to Mindless, I think, and we play as more soft rock. That area of time, is more softer. It's a little bit shy.
Yeah, that and the fact that
weak part of our career.
Yeah, right. That and the fact that you guys were using a whole lot more. Yeah, you were using a whole lot more hair product back then too, I think.
Yeah, permanent, and Carlson. This was just before Dan colored his hair. Gray,
Yeah.
Nowadays.
So I'll tell you what, man, it's so cool. I'm glad that Pure Steel was able to hook us up. And I've been speaking, just over the last few months, I've spoken with so many bands from Sweden, and just from the Scandinavia area. And the heavy metal music scene out there, the rock scene in general, it's dynamic, man. I mean, it is really, really strong. Is that the feeling that you guys get, that it's just as strong now as it's ever been?
Yeah, probably stronger because it's a privilege for us. Like you said, we're living on stuff we did 30 years ago.
Right.
So it's a great bonus to get back now and be able to play live and do a lot of the gigs we never were able to do then. Come over to the States, and we're actually coming over to New York this June again.
Are you really?
And, at the Defenders of the Old in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, man. All right, I'm going to have to try to get up there to catch up with you guys. I'm definitely going to have to try to get up there because I'm down in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So I'm about now we don't do things in kilometers over here. We do everything by the mile, So I'm about 120 miles away. So, it's maybe, 2.5 hours or something like that. But if you guys are flying over here, the least I can do is make the drive up there to check you guys out. So now you say you're going to be up there in June?
Welcome. Yeah.
All right.
Bring up the other guys, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Definitely. So you just touched on the fact that you've been able to kind of ride on the success of the music that you wrote, as long as 30 years ago. But in terms of the fact that you guys are still dynamic, you're still together, you're still doing great things, you're playing live, are you still making new material? Are you cranking out some new stuff?
Yeah. Just a few minutes ago, here in our rehearsal studio, we're in the pre-production phase of a new album.
Okay.
So that's the plan. And then I guess we won't make any promises when exactly when this is going to be, but it's it's turning out good. We're getting material together, and hopefully.
Nice. Now, do you find that kind of the creative energies that you're channeling, does it feel any different now than, say, when you guys were a little bit more in your younger years? Do you find that any of your influences are different now than, say, what they were, and as a result, does it have a different kind of effect on your music? Is that too deep? Oh man, are you guys there? I might have lost you. Oh, I lost my internet. That is bull crap. So I am back with Carlson and Magnus. So I didn't introduce you before anyway, Magnus. So at least now the Rock Titan audience gets to meet you. So we got the bass player and the lead guitarist for Mindless Sinner. And before we got cut off, because I'm a schmuck and I don't know what I'm doing, I was leading into some questions, basically talking about some of the new material that you guys are working on. And obviously, some of the things that you're going through in life, some of the influences and experiences and inspiration that you have is probably different than what it is now. Do you find that the experiences you've had over, the years since you guys first started out, has that been kind of leading to some of the new material you're creating? Do you find that your current life experiences are really kind of fueling that material?
Yeah, kind of. When we started this again, we said to each other, if we're going to do this, it's going to sound like it's
like it did before.
Did before in the 80s.
Okay, okay.
And try to the old school heavy metal stuff,
Right.
And
the plan was to connect to the last full-length album, Turn on the Power album from '86, to connect after that and make the following album 30 years later now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. I dig that.
And I think we ended up as close as we could, actually.
Nice.
We're
nice.
Yeah.
satisfied. It went pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We got the record deal and they wanted the album out, and it was made pretty quickly, but it was fun, great fun.
All right. No, man, that's very cool. Now, for you as artists and musicians, would you say that the writing that you do, the music that you produce, is it based more on fiction, or would you say you're actually drawing it through more realistic events in your life? Some people just like to tell stories, you know what I mean? Like biographical versus fiction.
It's more fiction, It's more...
Yeah, I guess occult stuff and a little bit of each. You can always interpret the lyrics the way you want it. You can if you read between the lines, you can probably put up a little bit of everyday life in this stuff as well, even if it's about dragons and witches and whatever, But
kind of fantasy kind of things, and it's not like I'm falling in love again.
Right. No ballads from Mindless Sinner. Come on, man. No, I suppose you guys do have a little bit more folklore though out in your region than we do around here in the States.
Yeah.
Because interestingly enough, my family, the Johnsons, they're actually from Sweden. My grandfather is a Swedish immigrant, and so I've
a lot of Johnsons around over
here. Yeah, I know. And now my name is just like everybody else's name over here, Johnson. But I know that's not what it was when my grandfather came over. He was one of 5, but he was an infant when he came over back in the early 1900s. But, I still got a bunch of stories from his older siblings, and they kind of got handed down. And, there's a few Swedish sayings that my dad would even use around the dinner table and stuff like that. So I am familiar with a little bit of the culture over there, but I've never been. So I'm dying to get over there. If for nothing else than the music, because I know you guys have some great music over there. I've spoken with the guys over there at Crash Diet and Sister, and there were some girls over there. One of the best female bands I ever heard, Crucified Barbara. I don't even know if they're together anymore. Are you guys familiar with them? Had you heard of them?
Yeah, of course we have.
Okay.
Heard with him. I think they're around. I've seen the name somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still together as a group, but I mean, they were up until probably a year ago. But the whole point I'm getting at for you guys is, I would say that maybe arguably, you really were the founders of that heavy metal hard rock movement over there that's really persisted to this day. Do you ever think about that? That, you know, you guys have kind of been like the forefathers of your genre of rock out there? You ever think about that?
There was a lot of guys around, even before us as well. But we realized when we bump into people now around the world, and that a lot of people think so. So, and that's it's an honor for us, of course.
Well, the early '80s really was kind of that era, you know, of heavy metal. You had your classic rock in the 60s and 70s and whatnot, and then it all just kind of morphed. And it seems that you guys really kind of caught on when it was really exploding. And not only that, but it always seems that you guys have kind of had an influence on what goes on in the United States. It's almost like we're following your lead. We're not really coming out with it, but rather it's kind of like you're exporting all of that over here. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Do you kind of feel like you guys are kind of exporters of that heavy metal rock and roll, or do you kind of feel that maybe it's a shared effort? Do you have any thoughts on that?
It's a weird thing you say that, because the stuff you showed before, we had times when we shifted names and we shifted a little bit style.
Right,
we
right.
had a little bit difficulties finding our way in what we wanted to play, actually.
Okay.
And that was a lot what happened in the States and what happened in England or in the international heavy metal scene. We try to follow, but I don't know. It's weird, but it's great fun to be able to be back and play live again, play together again.
Yeah, and I'm glad you touched on the live thing. I wanted to get back to that because it seems like that's something that you guys are really passionate about. I mean, I found so much live recorded material of you guys out on YouTube. It wasn't even funny. I mean, literally, there were dozens and dozens of live music videos of you guys performing. And there's not a lot of bands that have that. Conversely, there might be a lot of bands that have some friend that go out there with a camera and they're creating official music videos, and they may have a lot of official music videos, but there's nothing of them performing live. You know, and it almost seems like it's the total opposite with Mindless Sinner. Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think we have an official video for.
Why not?
Oh, just live shots here and there, and you know, it's.
We might as well confess, you know, we're pretty rusty guys, you know.
No, come on, man! Come on, man! No.
Nah, we need all the help we can get with the promoting and the way to sell yourself in media nowadays. So
well, would you say that events, these live events, like I'm showing right here, I mean, is this something that really kind of helps with promotions and publicity and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's of course all videos and all. It's a kind of different thing, you know. When back in the 80s, you know. You use your phone, you call, you send regular mail, you know, and
postage, you know.
Postage, yeah.
Right.
You can reach millions of people just in a click, and
it's amazing.
It's a different time.
It is a different dynamic, but the one thing that hasn't really changed all that much is the technology that you guys are using to make music with, you know. I mean, in terms of, you know, your instruments.
I have my Gibson, I have my Marshall, and
there you go.
So there's
straightforward, you know.
There's time's been standing still in that aspect.
That's pretty amazing. Hopefully that never changes. God, I couldn't even imagine. That would suck.
Yeah.
You know.
So we don't use any computers that much, and not plugins to play our guitars and basses and drums and.
Classic heavy metal, man. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Real instruments and real speakers and drums, and
classic heavy metal as it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Down to earth, the basic stuff. Yeah. That's we try to stick to the stuff we can manage. You know.
Yeah. No, I feel you. So, I'm trying to think. I mean, what do you guys have going on next? I mean, what's the next big thing? I mean, you talked about coming over here in June. You're coming back over to New York City. What are some of the other things that you guys have going on? I guess, you know, winter's wrapping up here. We've got the spring upon us. You guys are in the studio there. You working on, and you said you were working on some new material. Are you looking at maybe another EP, or are we looking at a full LP? Any thoughts on that?
Probably a full album for the moment, the pre-production, and then we got some other thoughts and things going as well. We'll see what happens with that. It's maybe old material. Maybe we can do something of that too.
All right.
We actually got a live album, almost mixed.
Nice.
Recorded in Germany
Nice.
a while ago. We'll see if it's interesting. We can do anything with that.
Okay.
You were speaking about videos. We're
Yeah,
a little bit looking into that too, and so we're working on a lot of things now.
Very cool.
And for the moment, we're trying to book as much as possible of this year.
Okay.
We got some bookings around Europe, and we're working with our new booking company there, and
Very cool.
EAM agency of Germany, and they'll hopefully get us into some festivals around Europe at least.
Okay. All right.
We know we're doing some stuff in Germany, the Storm Crusher Festival this fall, and we'll see. We got a lot of things going on, but not much signed yet.
Okay. All right, cool, very cool. Well, guys, I apologize for the technical difficulties earlier, but it really has been a pleasure speaking with you, and I'm glad you guys had a chance to get on Rock Titan TV, and I'm looking forward to sharing all your material with our fans over here, and hopefully we can catch up in June. I think that would be awesome, man. We got to get up there to New York.
Yeah, we're
and,
brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that would be awesome. So, Rock Titan fans, we're here with Krister Magnuson, Mindless Sinner. Guys, thank you so much.